going to shuffle my cards. I'm doing a late night read. I was just got out of the shower, felt really good. I was like, why not? Let's do a read. I'm going to go to bed soon anyway, so. Alright, let's see. Late night tea for you and me. Hello, I'm Patience. I'm your psychic intuitive, your favorite medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify. I teach you about your non-physicalness. I'm just going to do a late night read real quick before I go to bed. Let me shuffle my cards. We'll do a random energy read. We'll just see what Spirit wants us to know. I put my protective bubble of love and light on to protect us from any weapons formed against us, or anything or anybody. I put on our invisible cloaking shield to protect us from any weapons formed against us, and our golden ornaments to protect us from any weapons formed against us. No weapons against us shall prosper. Thank you so much. Alright. I usually have my whole setup, but it's fun to try new things, try things a different way. I'm good. I need a little break from the Spirit speak. Spirit has me do so many. It's nice to take a little break. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. I ask you that you please protect us and please give us the messages you want us to know. How can I be of service? Please help us get a higher perspective of the linear view for anyone who needs advice, who needs to get a higher view of their situation. Let's go. Whoa, that's too many. Jeez. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. Where's Spirit at? Hold on a sec. Spirit. Spirit. Baby.
Suckle.
Suckle? Spirit just said suckle. Alright, let me see. This is for psychic development, so we're just going to do a random read and see what we get, okay? I'm trying to read the energy. Life. What? Suckle? Suckle life? Alright, let's see. I keep seeing, like a forest. I don't know if that's true or not, but I keep seeing a forest. There's someone who's worried. There's someone who's... I keep seeing someone deep in thought. There's someone who's trying to go outside. There could be someone who's upset that's trying to get it out in nature. There's someone deep in thought about something. Didn't I say there's someone outside? This person is trying to... This person's trying to cross a moat. This person's trying to make it into some kind of kingdom, this person's trying to get across to something, like not literally but metaphorically. They feel that there's balance. Okay, gotcha. This person's trying to find balance by doing more self-care. This person realizes they're in a place of imbalance and they're trying to do something to make themselves feel better. That's awesome. This person feels like there's a great distance between you and them. they feel like they feel like there's a moat between you and they feel like you're in the castle. They feel like you're some kind of royalty, like they're putting you on a pedestal of some kind. Hello, everybody.
Obligation.
Spirit says obligation.
Investigation.
Investigation, obligation. This person feels like this person kind of feels confused about what they're supposed to do to cross the moat to regain balance again. They feel like they've put so much space between you and them that they feel like it's almost like a chasm. They really feel like they really put you on some kind of pedestal, like you're royalty or like you're a queen, and but they feel like they're beneath you in a way, not in a bad way, but like something about you being balanced. I just got confirmation. You being balanced, and they're still learning how to balance. They're kind of like a fish out of water. They don't really know how to go about doing it, and so they're trying to do things that you've said to do or something.
Elderly people.
Elderly people. There could be a group of people that are feeling this way. They feel like they view you in some kind of manner where you're above them, which is kind of sad because everybody's on different levels of consciousness, and so you can't really view it that way, but they are making some kind of attempt to maybe see it your way, or see that maybe you have something that, or you've done something that is helpful or beneficial.
Judy.
Hey, Nicole.
Wallet.
What else, Spirit? What else is going on with this person? Why do they feel like there's space between them? Why do they feel like there's space between them? Why do they feel like there's space between them? You want me to change that? Okay.
Church.
Church. There could be some kind of difference in beliefs here. These people may have thought they're older than you, and so they may have thought that the way that they live is right. Ah! Umbrella. Yeah, they were under some kind of umbrella of beliefs, of some kind of religious beliefs maybe, that are completely different than yours, but yet you still are surpassing them in some kind of way, and so they feel like you may have some kind of, you may be onto something. They're starting to learn from you that what they believe in might not be completely 100% correct. And they want to start bridging the gap. But they're like a fish out of water. Becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. You're giving these people some kind of new perspective that they didn't have before because they didn't have the experience for it. They may not have had someone in their life that had such radical beliefs like you, that actually show that what you believe in or what you are showing is actually plausible and undeniable. But now they're in a place of seeing that what you're doing is actually making you stronger, and you're making an imprint on them. You're actually making them see things a lot differently than they saw before. And so they're starting to wonder if maybe you're onto something. You've opened a gate for them to cross a bridge into something that's a fresh perspective. You're giving them hope. You're giving you believe. You're giving them a hope that what they are believing might actually be something that's a little fresher and less stale than what they believed in, because what they believed in actually is what created the chasm between you. It's what created the gap. And they're starting to realize through your example that you have resilience, you have a fresh perspective, that you are able to stay grounded, that you're able to have a fresh perspective, that you're able to um, that you're brave for standing up for what you believe in, that you're brave for standing up for what you know is right, and for showing through example that it doesn't have to be one way.
Welcome.
Book 'em, Dano. So what else? How can we help? How can we help these people bridge the gap? Messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world. Spirit wants you to know that in through service you can find a lot of balance, because when you're service to self, you can often become really self-centered, and it can narrow your vision on, it can narrow your perspective when you are so focused on yourself. And when you're focused on yourself, you often have to step on other people to get what you want. So this person, what they do is they focus on other people, and that makes them happy. So they're basically focusing on what brings them joy instead of what brings them things, what brings them material things. They focus on the things that make them feel emotionally fulfilled, not physically fulfilled.
Definitely.
Definitely, Spirit says. And so these people's belief systems had them believing that the more
Material.
the more material things you had, then that made you a better person. But now they're starting to see, because you don't have anything, you're still royalty. You still have a sense of royalty, even though, and that's represented by the castle. And so they're seeing through your example that you are you are just as happy, or even more happy and even more balanced than they are, where they have all these things and they have material gain, spirits of material. But you actually, you might not have as much, or you might not have you might not have a bank account full of money, and you might not have a Porsche or whatever, but you still seem to be braver than them. You have more resilience than them. You have a fresher perspective than them, and you have more happiness than them. And so they're seeing that through your example, that you don't actually need to focus so much on yourself, that being service to others is actually what is making you in a position of happiness, by fulfilling your own emotional needs before your material needs. It actually brings you material gain, because you're focusing on joy first. What else, Spirit? How can we help these people find joy? What is it that's blocking them? Why are they, how can we help them?
Appointment.
Appointment. Appointment.
Inside.
An inside, it's an inside job. Spirit says it's an inside job. You got to make an appointment within yourself to perhaps do a little self-care. Let's see. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. Let me put them where you can see them. So Spirit's saying that I have a lot of spirit animals here. I have a griffin, which is the guild of the golden triangle. That's,
Gabriel.
oh, is Angel Gabriel here?
You will have nightmares.
Oh, jeez. So Spirit says you can't go back to yesterday. You have to be.
Definitely.
You have to be in the present, because when you think
I can't see.
when you think about the past, you can't look forward. When you're looking in the past, you're not looking forward. And so if you really want to get out of the old mind frame you have to find a way to forgive yourself for what you did based on your old beliefs. old belief forms that had you with a limited thoughts. This group of people may have had them do some things that were self-serving, that may have stepped on a few people. And so instead of focusing on that, because that doesn't feel good, that's not something that's gonna make you feel emotionally good. If you focus on things that you've done that you can't change, then what it does is it puts you in a limiting mind state, and then you're stuck. You're literally like in a time machine in the past, and you'll operate from that level of consciousness. So what you have to do is know that you can't change the past, and you can't change the future, but what you can do is be in the present moment. So this was actually happening to me today, and I had to take a spirit bath. If you're ever feeling negative emotions, that's why there's water in this moat. The fish is out of water. You should take a spiritual bath, because the water, it helps transmute any negative energy in your field. If you find yourself thinking of the past a lot or worrying about the future, you should take a spiritual bath, because the water will help cleanse your field and help put any negative emotion down the drain. But you have to consciously take the shower knowing that you're gonna do that. Not take a shower to cleanse your, like not just to clean yourself, but to cleanse your field. And I felt like 100% better, because the way energy works is you can pick up other people's energy, and when you start thinking about the past, that creates a distortion on your field, and then you can kind of get stuck in that, and you have to clear the field. That's how energy works. And so when you start thinking about the past, you have to bring yourself to the present. You can do that by grounding yourself. You can do that by going in water, going into nature. That's why I saw someone going into nature. They have the right idea. You just have to kind of trust the process and not really. Energy is, hey Jacoby, energy is non-physical. So you kind of, if you want to clear your field and you want to become braver in this new belief system that this group of people is having, they're having trouble.
Manifest.
They're having trouble. Thank you, Spirit. They're having
You are
trouble.
wrong.
They're having trouble. They keep thinking they're not doing it right, and when you have to remember that energy is thoughts, and thoughts are energy, and so you have to learn how to control your thoughts. When you're not ever gonna not there's gonna be times in life where you're gonna be feeling stuck, depressed, anxiety, because those are the emotions that are teaching you what you don't like. And so instead of attaching yourself to them,
Orchard.
yeah, Spirit just said order.
We will go.
I don't know what order is, but they're talking a lot right now. They just want you to know that you have to control your thoughts, and there's ways to do that by doing physical actions to help clear your field. You have to constantly clear your field, because your field is non-physical. You have to do non-physical things to clear your field. So that's why there's a moat of water. Spirit really always suggests water to me. Put your feet in water, wash your hands, get cleansing water, take a spiritual bath. And that is a physical thing you can do to clear non-physical energy, because it's an intention that you're putting to cleanse yourself of negative energy, basically. So you can't go back to yesterday. So whatever these people did, um, based on their old belief forms, they probably hurt some people, because they thought, based on their beliefs, their old beliefs, that that's what they were supposed to do. They grew up that way. It's just they were indoctrinated that way. It was a Spirit says just a bump in the road, to not really focus so much on what you did, but focus on how you're gonna make it right. Because then you're putting your foot forward towards a forward movement, and you're also being in the present moment. Like, what you ask yourself, I can't change the past, but I'm open to what I can change now. I'm open to how I can make it right. And then that way it's like an open-ended question. Like, I worked in retail for a long time, and they're like, you don't say how are you doing, or say are you okay, because that's just a yes or no answer. You say what brought you in today, and then it's a little more open, and then you have a little more room, so you're not so limited. So they're suggesting to not focus so much on the past, basically. Oh, and this is it. I want to be queen, starting your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. So it's funny, we have queen here, and then we have a castle here. So someone in this group is kicking themselves because they thought that being queen or the best at something was what was going to get them success. And they're seeing by your example that being the best doesn't necessarily make you queen, and it doesn't necessarily make you the best. What and it doesn't really actually make you sovereign or give you sovereignty. When you're trying to be the best, that means you're in competition. And when you're in competition, this person was in competition with someone who's viewed as a queen already. And so because of that, they weren't free and they didn't pass the test, because when you're in competition with someone, what you're saying to the universe is, I'm not queen. And so you will quite simply manifest that you're not queen, and it'll be like pulling a tooth to manifest what you really want, because you can't manifest what you want if you're in the mode of lack, that you don't have it. And the fact of competition is, if you're in competition, you don't have it because you're trying to win it. And so the trick is, you have to know that it's already there for you. You just have to match it vibrationally. So this person was in competition with whoever's being viewed as queen. That's you, collective, because you're a master manifester. And so these people are realizing that you're manifesting anything you want, and they're starting to see and get a fresh perspective that it really isn't about competition. And if you want to be queen, you have to be okay with not being queen, and you have to figure out how you're going to be queen in your own way. Because if you're trying to compete with water, oh, Spirit said water again.
Definitely.
Yeah, Spirit said to definitely take the spirit baths. They're really focusing on water. Water is such a, we're 70% water. The earth is 70% water. Water stands for emotions. Water will clear your emotions. Water will clear your field. If you really want to take this road of spirituality and you really want to be a master manifester, you have to honor your non-physical energy. Spirit just really wants to touch on that. This person, maybe they're suggesting that to this person because they're actually, Spirit says they're in a test right now. They're in a test of self-discovery, and they're being tested on what choice they're going to choose, because they're kind of stubborn, and that they kind of have been doing things a certain way for a long time, and they see you doing something completely different, and it kind of scares them. They don't really understand. It takes a little bit to surrender. This person needs to surrender to the fact that we're non-physical entity having a physical experience.
Great.
And they've been in competition with you this whole time, but they've been losing. So they're trying really hard. They really are. I feel bad for them. Spirit says to take smaller baby steps. So don't be so quick to rush things. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. This person wants to hurry up and be where the spirit is. Come through. This person wants to hurry up.
My house.
And this person wants to hurry up and be in the castle and be the queen, but you can't rush greatness, and you have to understand, you have to understand it's about the journey, and it's not the destination. The destination is the journey. And this person is kind of getting out of that mode because they've been in competition mode for a long time, and they want to be better. They see you, and you're giving them a new perspective. That's fantastical. So what else? What are the challenges this person's facing? What are the challenges? This person might be leaving an abusive relationship. They might have they might have in the past created some conflict. They might have caused some betrayal. Like I said, they were being selfish in their old beliefs. They might have even stolen something. But they're getting clarity right now. They're getting clarity and they want to start action. They want to start using their intuition. You're showing them a new way of doing things. That's fantastic. You're showing them a new way of doing things, but they're kind of walking in blind because they're not really sure what
I'm
to
here
do.
to warn you.
This person is a
I want
codependent.
revenge.
This person's a codependent
The
person.
number 7.
Spirit. This person's a codependent personality, so they're actually getting out of a codependent mentality, and you're showing them how to do that. They could possibly be overwhelmed and a little insecure, a little moody because they're going through a transition. They're having an ego death. They're basically having an ego death, and they're not really sure how to navigate it. But they're using you as an example. So, collective, whatever you're doing, continue doing it because you're actually showing them another way of existing. Right now, they're in a withdrawn state. They're overwhelmed by their emotions. When you go through an ego death, it's very, it ain't pretty. I'll say that. Ego deaths aren't pretty. But this person's going through one, or you're going through one, collective. Take it as it resonates. How can we help? How can we help them through their ego death? Wow. Oh, I got the Magician here. So, this person may have been a master manipulator.
What is your name?
Patience. My name's Patience.
Crashing.
So they don't have any patience. They really want they want reward now. They're not used to waiting. They're used to having control. They're used to having a lack mentality. They're having an ego death and getting out of a lack mentality. But it doesn't happen overnight. It's something you have to teach yourself every day. This person gets frustrated.
Something is following you.
This person gets frustrated easily.
Cell phone.
This person, cell phone, Spirit said cell phone. So this person may, they may be on their phone too much. They may go on social media too much. It may be a crutch for them. They like to have control. They like to have stability, and they might do that through manipulation. So they're actually unlearning some childhood behaviors that they never actually redirected as a child. So they're just coming out of a limiting mindset, a scarcity mindset. But they want to take action. They want to be a master manifester. They see you doing it. They see your self-confidence, your clarity, your willpower. They see that you have more energy. They're starting to turn their competition into inspiration. This is fantastic. This is so beautiful because this person realizes that they keep competing with you, but they're not getting anywhere. It's not controlling anything. It's actually making it worse for them because there's no such thing as competition. And just like I said, if you're in a competition mindset, what you're saying to the universe is that I don't have this. I'm not.
Unventuresome.
Yeah, unventuresome.
Abra.
What does Spirit suggest? Oh, shit. So this person is going through a tower. Or they're still in the midst of their tower.
Extra.
Extra. Spirit says extra.
Spiritus.
Spiritus, come through. Come through. So this person did unsavory things to you, and so they're understanding that they did these things, and they're kind of beating themselves up. They're not really sure why they did it. Like I said, I know why they did it from a higher perspective. They were just they're envious. They were envious, and they thought they knew better than you because of their belief systems. They thought that they knew more than you. They thought that what you believed in was ridiculous. They thought that you were ridiculous, and they were viewing you from a very limited place, and they never met anybody like you. So they really didn't know what to think of you, but they just thought that you were ridiculous. But over time, since you've separated yourself from them, they see that you're actually not codependent. They see that you're actually happier, and they see they're looking at you a lot differently, and they're starting to come around that maybe you're onto something, and they fear change.
Cheryl.
Cheryl, they fear change. They fear that by changing their ways, that when people get stuck in old, this person's been living this way for so long, and then you come along living a whole different way, and you just turn their world upside down. So they're just a little scared of what's to come, the unknown. But they're already, because of whatever they did, their wheel of fortune's upside down. They're going through karma, basically. They're going through karma. So there's no way out of karma. There's no shortcuts to karma. You have to. Everyone goes through it. It's you can become You can be karmic and turn into divine just by paying off your karmic debts, and then keeping your karma balanced. So everybody goes through it. This person can go through their karma and receive resistance. They're going to receive setbacks, yes, but once they go through it, that's it. I'm just reading energy. I'm just reading a random energy. Um, it could resonate, it could not. So it's just for whoever it's for. I don't know who it's for. I'm just reading the energy, for whoever needs it. And I'm actually doing psychic development and learning my psychic gift by reading the energy. So, it's new to me too. It's not wrong or right. And the way it resonates is if it doesn't scare you, but it clicks for you. And it's energy, so it could be a relationship, work. You have to take it as it feels right emotionally. But if it's not for you, it might not be for you, and that's okay. This person, though, this is about people who had some kind of old religious beliefs that actually set them back and put them in a tower, and they were competing with somebody who had different beliefs than them. But over time, they're starting to realize that, by this person, by whoever you are, collective, whoever this person is with different beliefs than this person going through karma, that you're actually doing better than them. And I'm not talking about materialistically, I'm talking about emotionally. They thought their belief system had them thinking that the more materials you had, then the more happier you would be, but they're never happy and they're never satisfied. And so they found out that you have a lot less than them, and you seem to be happy, strong, resilient, and just having more emotional stability than them. So they were in competition with you, but and they were in competition with you for a while. They actually may have been the reason for some of the setbacks that they're.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Spirit says that they may have caused a lot of setbacks for you on purpose because they were in competition with you, because they thought competition was how you're supposed to react to someone who makes you feel insecure. They were in a lack mentality. But we were talking with Spirit, and Spirit says that the sheer active manifestation, when you're in competition, what you're really telling the universe is that I don't have it and that I want it. And so that makes you it makes you a lack mentality, and you don't get what you want because you're chasing it. Basically, you're telling the universe I don't have it. So this person is starting to see things your way, Claire.
Married.
Marie could be significant.
House.
They're literally going through karma, though. I have the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They're literally going through karma right now. Uh, they must. What did they do to collective to go through karma?
Joyce.
What they do to collective to go through karma?
Secret. Absolutely.
King of Cups in reverse. This person was pretty volatile towards you, even to the point of obsessiveness. They were very manipulative. They were trying to get people to view you a certain way because they didn't understand you because of your beliefs, and their beliefs were so drastically different. They why did they have to be so volatile to them? Like, what did they want? Okay. Nine of Pentacles. This the voice box said seeker. Absolutely seeker, Joyce, House, Marie.
Dimension.
This person viewed your self-care as a threat. They thought that you were spoiled. They thought that you were spoiled. They thought that they were basically jealous of you because of your self-care. They viewed you as having luxury. They viewed you as having financial independence. But they didn't believe that the way you were getting it was fair, even though they didn't. I mean, I don't see here that they ever talked to you about it. I think they just made an assumption about you that wasn't true, and then they operated from that place, and then it became an obsessive competition because they had to prove everyone right. They wanted to prove everyone right that their way was better than your way, but over time, they had to lie a lot. They had to lie. They're trying to get everyone to see you in a different way. They're trying to get everyone to see you as volatile, when really they were just projecting onto you because you were actually self-care. You're doing self-care. You were in self-satisfaction, and they really just, because they didn't feel that way about themselves, they wanted to knock you down. What can this person do to help themselves? Let's see. How can we help this person? What advice can we give them to help them on their journey? Because they definitely they're starting to see things your way now, but they're going through a tower, so they just don't know what to do. They're going through several towers, Spirit says. So what can we do to show them? How can we help? How can we be of service? What advice do you have for this person? What advice do you have for this person who, they basically try to take you down, collective, because you were a threat to how they were living. You showed them that the way they were living actually wasn't the best way to live, and that they were afraid of change, and so they had to make people see you differently because you made them have to be better. You made them have to be a better version of themselves. It could be a Leo that came after you. Could be a Leo. Spirit says for them to stop being so egotistical, to start trusting that everything will be okay, to get more creative, to be more playful, don't take things so seriously, to start being a little more extroverted, to not trail, maybe to go hiking
In your
more.
closet.
Something about being in the closet. This person may be in the closet. Maybe they have to start expressing themselves more authentically. They have to start trusting that who they are authentically will be accepted. They may have been withholding who they really want to be for a long time, and that could be another reason why they resented you and had to ruin your life. But they don't want to ruin it anymore. They're in a tower. Spirit says to don't be afraid to be.
Nightmare.
Spirit says they were a nightmare. They were very egotistical. They're having an ego death, okay? And everybody goes through it, so it's not a big deal. I mean, they did do some messed up things too, but they're definitely going through it right now. So it's really true. What goes around comes around. This person needs to allow themselves to let their guard down. They've been hiding who they are. They could possibly be gay and have been hiding that from themselves and everyone else. And they've been excessive. They're an excessive person. They're kind of egotistical.
Disagree.
Oh, disagree? Oh, well, not anymore.
Nightmare.
I know they're a nightmare. They were egotistical, but they're having an ego death. So they're working on it. They can ruin their own. They're definitely Spirit said nightmare twice, so they were a nightmare to you, but now they're actually like in a nightmare because they really are going through it. I don't mean to laugh, but I don't mean to. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny because it's ironic because they tried to ruin your life because you challenged how they were living just by existing. But by you existing, now they get to change their life. So, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain. It's actually quite beautiful. Everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through an ego death. Everybody experiences karmic debt. You have to go through karma. Sounds like some of my coworkers. Yeah. You gotta put it where it fits. It could be your relationship, coworkers, family. This person did. Judy. Spirit said Judy twice. So something about.
I am family.
Okay. Someone's family. The thing about this person is that they didn't even talk to you about it. They didn't ask you anything. They still haven't. Let me ask Spirit about that. Spirit, is this person ever going to talk to Collective about anything? Anything at all? Is this person going to talk to Collective about anything at all? Virgo, the alchemist. They're nervous. They're nervous to talk.
8 spirits.
There could be up to 8 people that came against you.
I will.
Spirit said they will talk to you, but they're in a space of solitary right now because this says witchy. They were doing funny things in the dark against you, and they're in a space of solitude. And so they might not they're nervous to come to you, basically. They're scared because they know that they're wrong. They know that they're wrong, but they're open to coming to you at some point when they're a little more healed, when they're a little less critical of themselves, when they are a little more aligned and healthy in their own mindset. They're just giving themselves some time because they haven't talked to you this whole time about any of this. They did all of this behind your back. They ruined your life, or they attempted to ruin it. But they're Yeah, they're just uncertain right now because they really fucked up. They really messed up bad. And so they are feeling guilty, they're feeling shame, they're thinking about all the things they did in the past. They're going through an ego death, and that's why they're trying to go outside, they're trying to get nature. That's why they feel like there's a big chasm between you two, a big moat. They're a fish out of water, they're in uncharted territory. You've made them see things differently, and they just need time to kind of process that. But they do want to come to you eventually and talk to you about about what they've done, because they know that they were wrong. All right, we'll do the last deck and then we'll end it. What does this person know? How does this person feel about the collective right now? How does this person feel about the collective right now and what they've done? Thank you, Spirit, for being with us, giving us the messages. Alchemical wedding. They're starting to see things your way. They're focused on you. They're actually, okay, let me see. They are, Spirit, you tell me if I'm wrong. I think they're trying to undo what they did. They're trying to figure out a way to make it right, to unweave this web of lies they've told, I want to say. But they don't know how. So they're coming out of a black and white thinking. They're coming out of an old way of thinking where everything's just black and white. Human, yeah. They're only human. But they're coming out of an old way of thinking, an old paradigm where it was either this or that, and it was never in between. They definitely, they're in between worlds right now. They're in a transition, and they see you as being, golden. Maybe you have really high morals and you have a really strong foundation, and they see you as being really strong. They see you as being really strong because they put you through a lot and you still seem to be okay.
Red marks.
Red marks, and look, there's red marks on here. They did a lot of things to project on you, but it never touched you. All the projections never touched you. And so they're admiring from afar that how strong you are and how resilient you are, because they really did come after you. And they're trying to transition from their really black and white thinking into something that's a little more broader, a little more wider, so they can have less limiting views. But they're just what are their feelings about the tower they're going through right now? What are their feelings about the tower they're going through? Ah! Can I have one card, please? Can you help them through their tower? Coagulation. It's a process. Just like when you have a wound that scabs over and it coagulates and it hardens, it's a process. Spirit just says to have patience and to take your time and to know that it passes, and there are certain, you can look up certain things online. You have to be guided. You have to trust that if you ask the question, then you'll receive the answer. And, so, like things in a healing process you could ask yourself is, how can I feel better? What can I do?
Government.
Oh, Spirit said government. Yeah,
In the back.
be your own government. You need to be your own person of discernment for what's good for you. You have to heal yourself. There's no one who's going to heal your wounds for you. Oh, well, that's definitely a challenge having to move in with your mother-in-law. She may have like an old way of thinking and a certain way of doing things, so maybe you're showing her a new way of doing things. She sees that it doesn't have to be done one way. She may have been inflexible in the past. She may have seen you do it differently, and she's starting to realize that it doesn't have to be done one way. So to just give them time, and eventually they'll get to a place where they're able to process their emotions a little more. They're literally in the middle of a tower, like literally as I speak. They're probably feeling a lot of overwhelm, a lot of indecisiveness. They're probably moody and insecure, withdrawn. Just give them time. They have to go through this in order to get through it. The only way through it is through it. But they see you as, they're inspired by you. They see your resilience.
Smile.
And to smile.
Infect.
Smile. Spirit says joy, the way that I found my balance is by finding joy in any and all situations, even ones that are complicated and conflicting to my beliefs. But that's the thing about the universe. For every bad thing, there's always a good thing. So if there's something bad happening, it's up to us to find what's good. And when you focus on what's good, you're springing yourself forward. When you focus on bad, you become stale and stagnant. And it's as simple as that. Anything else, Spirit, that you'd like to say? Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me practice my psychic gift. I'm so happy it resonated. I'll see you again sometime.